So, welcome to the show, Jim. How are you?
Very good, April. Thanks for having me.
Good. So, before we get into your awesome project, which I love, tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I'm Jim Gano. I'm the owner of Crown Trophy in Flemington. We have 4 businesses kind of under that umbrella of the name of Crown Trophy. There's the awards and recognition side, varsity jackets, promotional materials, and then our sign shop, which is called Signs by Crown. Very active in the local community, trying to support other businesses and organizations that have come to us, kind of to either mentor them and help them in their business or just partner with them on other projects.
Nice. I know you're very heavily involved in the Flemington Hunterdon community, which is awesome. We love people like you. And so you have a little story about with the virus and how it actually impacted your life and what you're doing about it. Tell us your story.
Sure. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I got a phone call and a person that I was dealing with called up and said, "Hey, just so you know, I've tested positive for COVID-19. Call your doctor." So I called my doctor, and they just said, shelter in place and hang tight for 2 weeks. If you show any symptoms, let us know. I had to go to a doctor's appointment. I go to the doctor's appointment, and a week and a half later, I get a phone call. "Hey, the doctor tested positive." So 2 different occasions where I've been exposed. And the funny thing with the doctor's appointment was he ended it with a handshake, then said, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Here's some Purell, and be on your way." So there were 2 scares, and I was like, I've worked in the healthcare field as an EMT, and you really don't want to have all that kind of exposure. Then everything kind of shuts down. Businesses shut down, the state shuts down, and I'm not the type of person that can just sit on the sidelines and do nothing. I want to get involved. And I'm one of those people that I run to the fire. I don't run from the fire kind of thing. And, so how can I get involved? And there wasn't much that I could think that I could do. And as I'm watching all the news reports, one of them really hit me the other night when there was a nurse in New York City who was saying that she worked a 13-hour shift, didn't have time to eat, and didn't have time to take a bathroom break because the patients were coming just that fast. So there's got to be a way that we can do something for these people. So I started thinking, and I'm looking at my resources. What do I have in my shop? Could I send her a trophy? Yes. But is that going to do her any good? No. I'm also looking at using some of my equipment to create the face shield masks. One of our vendors sent out a video today where we'll be able to make masks that will be compliant. And because of the shortage that's out there, and then maybe deliver them up to the hospital as well once we get the right resources. But one of the simplest ways, and one of the things that I thought back to from my days, working on rescue squads and fire department, is just 2 words, and that's thank you. And very often, as an EMT, a nurse, a doctor, respiratory technician, you don't hear those 2 words. So I came up with a plan where, using my sign shop, we're going to make signs and sell them for $20, where you can issue your appreciation for anybody working in the hospital: respiratory technicians, x-ray technicians, doctors, nurses, down to the janitor, up to the C-suite. It wouldn't matter. But here's a chance for us to say thank you for what you're doing. Keep going, stay strong. And then on the bottom of the sign, a place for a business name, an individual family name or something like that, so they know where it's coming. And the hope is that we can line the driveway to the hospital with these signs, so that as people are coming in for their next shift, they'll see that, they're not alone. We're all here behind them. We can't be there to thank them personally, but at least they can get that message as they go in.
Oh, that's amazing. And I have a personal story. I got taken out in a riptide, and the lifeguard saved me, and I got him a gift card for this deli. Wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to get them sandwiches for a while. And I said, "Thank you so much," and no one had ever thanked them before, because it's just their job.
Right. And that happens a lot.
Yeah. But, our first responders and the nurses and the doctors, and even the frontline people, the grocery stores, the cashiers. All right. Now, I love these signs. We're looking here. So these are some samples of signs that you gave us, with some that you already, I guess, have sold already.
Yes. So we've sold upwards of 20 right now. The emails are still coming in. We've asked for if there's any businesses that want to partner with us. What we're doing is $5 from the sale of every sign. We're going to put into a fund that we will eventually send up to the Hunterdon Healthcare Foundation to use one of two ways. Either we can coordinate with them and either buy lunch or dinner, whether it be at Jersey Mike's or one of the local pizzerias or something, and send food up there, or if they want to take that money and supply food for their staff, just something that is a thank you from the community. It doesn't have to be from Crown Trophy. This is just everybody who purchased a sign out of that lawn is our way of saying thank you, in the hopes that rather than being that nurse in New York who didn't get that break, there is a moment for them to nourish themselves, take 15 minutes, get down some quick food, and then get back to work, because it's coming fast and furious. And my fear, and I think it's going to start happening sooner rather than later, is that a lot of the people that are facing this on a daily basis are probably going to end up with some form, mild or severe, of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, because they don't have time to process it.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's a whole nother war all in and of itself. So as you can see the ticker running across the bottom, to purchase a lawn sign and be part of the, Hunterdon Flemington community, and anyone else in any community, this is a great idea. Reach out to a local printer. It's our way of saying thank you. We're not surgeons or doctors, so we can't even, help in any way, but we can say thank you.
Right. And, the other thing is that this can be scaled across the country. Our franchise system has about 50 stores that have the printing capability to make signs like this. When I put it out on an intra-web board with our stores, a lot of them jumped on board, and they want to do it, either within their homeowners association or, somewhere in the community. They're not necessarily looking at it as with the give back component sometimes of the food, but just to show appreciation. I don't care if it's a handwritten sign or professional. I think it means a lot to people when they're going into work and seeing, somebody out there appreciates what I do.
Yeah.
And, there's getting back to the PTSD, there's a couple of calls I had in my EMT career where I can't drive past a certain intersection because of the memories that it brings back up. Certain smells every now and then will bring me right back to a very bad call. So these people need to be able to process what's going on. They're going to need mental health professionals to step in. And it can start with a Jersey Mike sub, or it can start with something else, but they have to know that the community is behind them. They're not in this alone, and that we're all there for them.
Well, thank you again for coming on to the show. And, everyone, this is your way of giving back. As you're quarantined in your home, and please stay home. Please stay home. That's how this will end, is if everyone stays home.
Very good. Thank you, April. I appreciate you having me on.